Welcome to Empowered Heart to Heart, where you'll hear messages of hope, conversations that heal, and interviews that empower. Well, hey, this is Coach Rhonda, and I am so excited for another episode of Empowered Heart to Heart. Listen, I have been busy strategizing with God about the direction for my business and for the podcast. And I've got so many exciting things coming up in January just for you. I've got a whole bunch of interviews and guests for the show. We're going to be putting out way more episodes. So you definitely want to make sure that you tag and highlight and download this podcast so that you'll know every single time a new episode has been dropped. I also have a brand new release out. Guess what, y'all? I created a Bible study course. Yes, I know another course, yes, but it'll only take you about an hour, actually less than an hour to complete. Every module has videos, and I even have a little intro to give you details about the new course called New Wine, Old Bottles. Stay tuned. Well, hey, this is Coach Rhonda, and I am so glad to be with you again today. I am super excited about a new series that I'm releasing called New Wine, Old Bottles. Now, that may be an unfamiliar topic to some, but let me explain. In Mark chapter 2, verse 22, Jesus taught the people about putting new wine into old bottles, that people don't do that. That the reason why it doesn't work is because the new wine is so fresh and so new that it will destroy the old bottles. It'll cause the old bottles to burst, which means the new wine will be spilt and you're left with nothing to show for all your efforts. Well, I've been thinking about that for a while as we approach the new year because, like many of you, I always try to think of what am I going to do differently in the next year? How am I going to make progress in certain areas? What new thing can I add? What new diet can I start? And I have all these great ideas, but up until this year, I never really thought about what am I going to do with all the old stuff, the things that are left unresolved in my life. What am I going to do with my old strategies, my old ways of doing things? And while I'm trying to add something new, I'm trying to jam pack the new stuff into my life without ever dealing with the old stuff. And thus, this series called New Wine, Old Bottles. And so I am super excited that you're on the way, on the journey with me. And here's the thing, the reason why this is so important is because closure is everything. Gaining that closure that you need is so important to move forward in your life. Do you not know that in Genesis, before the flood came and washed everyone away, that God had Noah and his family and all the animals go into the ark? And the Bible says that God shut them in. In other words, he closed the door of the ark. Then in the Old Testament, in Second Kings chapter 4, it talks about a widow woman who didn't have any money, and the creditors were about to come and take her away, her sons, to prison. And she went to the prophet wanting to know, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with this life crisis? And the prophet told her to gather many vessels from her neighbors, bring it into the house, because all she had was some oil left in her house. And he said, when you've come in and shut the door upon you and your sons, then you can pour out of this oil and the oil will last. Here's the thing, before that miracle could happen, she had to shut the door. There's something to be said about shut doors. We have so many distractions in our world. In fact, while you're watching this video, you might be scrolling on your phone, doing something else because our lives are filled with so many distractions. Well, God is saying it's time to shut the door, get some closure on some things in your life so that the new miracles, the new healing, and the new blessings can be released. Here's one more example. In Matthew chapter 6, Jesus taught people that when you go into your secret closet to pray, he said, and when you have shut the door, then your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. You can't leave the doors open because you cannot control who or what is coming through the door when the door is open. So I encourage you, go with me on this journey of new wine, old bottles, because we're going to gain some closure and we're going to see some miraculous things happen by the time we get to the end of this mini course. Yes, it's just a mini course. It won't take you very long to go through it, but I promise you it will be impactful and you're going to gain some knowledge and some revelation that you need to get the closure and to get the newness that comes with walking with God every day. So let me give you some highlights from the course. So in the first module, we talk about the breakup. You're going to discover the power of faith and friendship in overcoming personal obstacles and experiencing miraculous healing. It's going to be awesome. Then in the next module, we're going to be talking about the rolling and loosing. You're going to break free from personal constraints, leading to transformation and a life filled with renewed hope. Then, in the next module, we're going to talk about the climbing. You're going to overcome societal expectations that are unrealistic, and you're going to gain fresh perspectives about embracing rewards through persistence and change. It's going to be awesome. Then in the last module, we're going to talk about the throwing. And we're going to explore transformative power of letting go for healing and a renewed vision. So you see, you can't have the newness without resolving the oldness. Can I just put it that way? It's going to be great. But here's what's even more special about this mini series is that what good is it to watch a video and say, oh, that was great and move on without any application? So with each module, I provided a mini, well, not a mini, but I provided a reflection worksheet, something for you to reflect upon and apply immediately to your life. And so it's an interactive mini module. Again, it won't take you very long to complete it. I encourage you to get the mini module, get the mini workshop and the Bible study. Really, that's what it is. It's a Bible study because there are so many applicable principles in the Bible that we can apply to our lives no matter where we are, no matter what stage we're in. So click the link below and make sure that you have the mini module downloaded and you're ready to go. I'll see you in the course. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get this online course no matter where you are in the world. We need some closure to 2023, and we need to start 2024 on a high note, ready to move forward. But we can't do that until we have resolved the issues of the past. And so I'm going to drop the link in the description around the podcast so that you can get the link and go ahead and get the course. It is accessible. It's $37 uh, US dollars. Make sure you just sign up and you can go at your own pace. Again, you can finish this course in less than an hour, but the value of the impact and transformation that you'll receive is priceless. So go ahead, click the link. I'll see you in the course.